Dog Nation? We are live. Dogs Down South. Hope you guys are doing great. Man, I got a backdrop full of, here we go. Hope you guys are doing great tonight. Man, it is exciting. It is opening day. I mean, they've been at camp for about 2 days, but officially cleats on the ground, opening day for fall camp. And I'm super excited tonight because you guys don't get to hear me banter all night long. I got the crew. I don't even know what the nickname you guys, the Wrecking Crew, I don't know, the Dog Pound. I got the Dog Pound here tonight. I got my
There
man
you go.
Fish, Rich Man. This is kind of like a family reunion type thing here tonight. But I'll go to each one of you guys. How's it going, Fish? How's your summer been?
It's good, man. Can't complain. Just hot. We're in that midsummer. The real feel is 100 degrees or better every day down here in Savannah, man. And I'm ready for it to be over. It's just another reason for football season to hurry up and get here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will plead the fifth because this Florida mess, this 96 greasy, nasty. Let's just put it this way: pumpkin spice latte can't come quick enough.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, Rich Man, what's up, my man? How are you?
Good, man. Good. And this Atlanta weather up north, it still sucks.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
like I don't know, 80s, 90s, high 80s, 90s, and humid. And I'm ready for September, October. If I could
Yes,
skip
sir.
August, if I could skip August, I'd sign off right now.
Nobody
I agree.
cares about the preseason. Just skip straight to August.
Right.
Go. I mean September. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Agreed. Well, man, it's good to have you guys tonight, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna hit on a couple of topics. If you haven't already done so, for all the listeners and followers, please go and like and follow us on Dogs Down South, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcast. Man, YouTube's growing. Thanks everyone for the follows, all the likes, all the listens. So it's been going really well. Hey, it's like technically day 3 of camp. Day 1 and 2, everybody kind of checked in. We got our roommate assignments. We kind of got locked in. Probably a lot of meetings going on. Nowadays with the players, with so much social media, they kind of give it away what's going on. So used to be, man, like the team would hit the field and the media wouldn't even know it. And now it's like
Yep.
everybody knew cleats are on the ground, as I'm referring to it. Today, already practice notes out. But before we get into that, I want to get, man, I'm going to really chime in on this dog pound stuff, man. I'm gonna let you guys bark a little bit. I really got tore up, man, in a TikTok post about old Kirk Cignetti, and when I kind of was talking about the Big Ten, the SEC, and I know before we got on and before Fishy came on, me and Rich Man were talking about Indiana and the state of the NIL stuff, and we'll talk about the new NIL deal proposal, which I went over last night on that latest episode, but. What do you guys think about all this banter about Kirk Cignetti and you guys be cordial to each other? I know this is going to be barking all over each other, but what do you guys think about Kirk Cignetti? The claims of they think that there's no doubt in our minds that he's definitely the best college football coach in America right now, on the hottest team that can't be touched. And what's your take on? Because man, I got eaten alive, man, and honestly, I got to the point where I was like, there's no point in commenting back because these Indiana fans, obviously, they know it all. So,
Dude, it's typical Big Ten, man. Just go ahead and award them the trophy and skip the season. I mean, we don't even need to play. That's Big Ten for you right there. They get those trophies every year before the season.
and mail them in. You get a replica before the year, so you know what you get at the end of the year.
I mean, they've won the last 2 years, so I mean, kudos to them. But every year for as long as I can remember, they're always 1 or 2, and you listen to the riffraff and give them the trophy and forget the season.
Yeah. Fish, what do you think about Cignetti, man? What's your take? I don't dislike Cignetti. I just want to have a conversation about how real this really is. What do you think about Cignetti, Fish?
I mean, okay, so he did what he was supposed to do. He's bringing attention to him. He's bringing attention to the Big Ten. He's bringing attention to Indiana, and all that, bumping his gums and saying what he said. That's part of it. That's part of the whole thing, you know. And if he feels like he's got to talk smack like that and take shots and things like that, then power to him. You know, Kirby, some of the more, you know, seasoned coaches down here don't need to do all that. You know, been there, done that kind of a thing. You know, he's new to the party. He's excited. You know, you can't hate the man. You know, for lifting his program up and his conference and talking smack. I mean, he's a clown, and what he said was hilarious. You know, and you know, there's 3 teams in the Big Ten. Then who else is there after that? There's Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, and after that you got nothing. The drop off is almost straight down. You know, I mean, there's no gradual decline in talent or, you know, power or whatever you want to call it. And, you know, he's got unlimited NIL funding, basically. You know, Mark Cuban basically financed that championship run last year, you know, and he's, you know, kudos, more power to him. Congratulations. I watched the game.
Got
it
the
was
new
good.
system where you only practice 2 hours a day and you're national champion.
Yeah.
So don't forget that.
Yeah, and he's got a bunch of 25 got a bunch of 25, 26-year-olds on the team. I think the average age of the team was like 25, 26, something like that. Bunch of NFL players, people that should be in the NFL, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, we won't have the same thing happen this year, you know. It won't be like that, you know. Georgia's going to take it home, bring it back to the SEC, and then we won't be having this conversation next year.
You think that he would prove his system with 2 or 3 rings before he starts?
Exactly. Self-appointed king of college football.
Yeah. That's one of those things where you like back in the day when you're in the you know, not the backyard with your friends, and you know there's one guy out there that was a really great basketball player and everybody was playing one-on-one and you beat him by like 1 shot, right? Yep. And then you just started talking so much smack because you finally beat that person, but you know good and well that the word's just going to come up and go rematch, right?
Yep.
And then he just dusts you, man. And
it's like rattles off 8 in a row.
Right, man, fluke, right? It's just crazy.
It's like I'm about to show you.
Yeah, man.
Look, if old Cigaretti don't win it this year, he's gonna get smoked. So
yeah.
Well, he better, and I'm gonna be right there with the lighter, smoking him. I mean, that's what happens when you talk all that smack. Unprovoked smack talk, dude. Unprovoked. That's what's so hilarious about all this. He just felt the need to go out there and say something. Ryan Day, you can tell, Ryan Day's been there, done that. Okay? Ryan Day is just chilling. He doesn't have to take shots. You know what I mean? That's just, it's whatever.
Well, you know, he had, you were talking about Rich, man, that I've heard it, and you know, Kirby goes for the 2-hour practice. I've heard he's like, we can get it done in an hour and a half. Well, I mean, when you got 25 to 30-year-olds, man, with full families and obligations, and you know, he was the first one to take advantage of this extra 5th year. I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't know the name of the player. Don't really care. That is a linebacker that is already back on the team. Was undrafted. They've announced it. Already took him back.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, but it's kind of right, man. I mean, they do fall camp because, you know, I don't know if they can be. I don't know if the players can be away from their like families that long. If they got significant roles, I'm being very
no practice on the first day of school.
Right. And I mean, we're going off on this a little bit, but like, guys, at the end of the day, I just couldn't believe it. I looked at records. I looked at the Big Ten. I agree with you, Fish. Like, you look at teams that they played this year and their records last year. People like Purdue, people like Minnesota. I mean, we don't even talk about the out-of-conference games. And here's the thing. I don't think people need to go to the fact of scheduling anymore because I think you can't get mad at the SEC finally seeing the clickbait and going, wait a minute, we're playing 9 SEC games. So we're not going to go out here and, you know, until the playoff committee will prove that strength of schedule means something, why are we going out here and playing anything? So Georgia, you saw Georgia this year. They're like, I really don't care what you say. We're going to play Tennessee Tech. We're going to play Western Kentucky, and we're going to play Georgia Tech. Yeah, I put Georgia Tech in there. I mean, because we just feel like we don't have anything to prove, you know? I mean, and everybody's like, well, And also, Georgia's playing Florida State next year. Well, I mean, no offense, Florida State's not going to have a coach next year, so that's probably no different than playing. I mean, I do think this is Norvell's last year. I'll be honest with you, but that's a whole nother podcast. But let me kind of do an extension to this, right? Because before you came on, Fish, Richman, you were talking about this, and it'll kind of go into the conversation about this new ruling coming down. But like, how much did Indiana fly under the radar? Because you got to look at Indiana and go, nobody saw it coming. You know, you look at Fernando Mendoza, you look at he's the first pick. You look at, I mean, honestly, let's be honest. Let's get real. How well at times the offensive line, the defense looked for Indiana, the passing game, the run game. I mean, it was a well-oiled machine. It was really good last year, but like they flew under the radar in as far as like money, right? I mean, they shelled out as much as Texas and as much as Ohio State and even Georgia per se. If you want to put them up there, they shelled out as much money as they did, and but it was a little bit more under the radar. It was almost like they were talking big and bad about how the SEC needed this and the SEC needed that. Bro, you have a billionaire that's backing your entire football team that's footing the bill. But Rich, man, how much, if we can get this cap in and they can actually govern it, I hate to use that word because it's the NCAA and judges have been governing a lot of the NCAA lately. But if they can keep a hand on this, how much will that affect the teams? Like, I mean, will it bring us back to square one where the powerhouses from back in the day will get more notoriety? Because we all know, man, and we're not being biased, the pageantry at Georgia, you know, Athens, you know, Sanford Stadium. I mean, it's just nothing. It's not a lot comparable to it, you know. If you're a player that has no background in going somewhere, like if you haven't been somebody that grew up in Georgia, right? But like, why am I going to Indiana? I mean, what? I mean, I saw the movie Hoosiers, but I don't even was that,
yeah,
is that
if
a
you're
high
not
school?
a Midwestern kid, what's the allure? I don't
Right.
know.
Exactly.
The money.
I mean, if I'm getting recruited by the Midwest and I'm a decent athlete, I want to go to the Buckeyes. That's where I want to go. What about you?
And right, but from what, and not to test you, but like from what would be the reason behind that? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but all I remember as a kid was you turn the TV on and you saw the silver helmet with the Buckeye stickers, the big gigantic circular Buckeye stickers, and then, you know, they played in a lot of big games. You saw them playing against, that was when Purdue was really good, Michigan, things of that nature, and you were like, man, dude, that's, you always see them. I want to play for that team, you know.
Yep.
But who? I mean, Indiana was known for basketball.
Yeah, I mean, looking in our era, I mean, Penn State was Penn State was a powerhouse, and Paterno was such a great coach that was an allure. And Ohio State, but in Wisconsin used to be a, you know, competitive.
Yeah.
You know, if it was me, I'd be looking at those schools, not Indiana.
Right.
I mean, Indiana definitely would have to be dropping a check to get me to come up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Indiana was a school 6 years ago on PlayStation that you wanted to kind of, what is it, redo the dynasty and get them to the national championship.
That's right.
Now, yeah. I mean, money's changed the game. Money's changed the game clearly. And for some reason, Indiana didn't see that. I mean, they even said it in those comments. They're like, well, Georgia had this and Kirby had this, and that's why he was successful. I don't think some of these people understand that. I get what you're saying, but you don't understand that. And I love Mark Richt. I think he's an incredible man. I think he's an incredible man of God. But like, as far as on the field and coaching, those were some of the most high blood pressure days of college football that I was ever a part of as a Georgia fan, bar none. And so people love to, and including Indiana, they love to sit there and go, well, look what Georgia had. Look what Kirby walked into. What did he walk into? We were soft. We had good recruiting, but undeveloped players. And believe me, I mean, it hurts to talk about because like I said, I love Mark Richt, man, but we fell short in a lot of these errors. In all these areas we had, I feel like we had mediocre quarterback play at best. We ran the football because Georgia's always ran the football, but
we struggled. Our offensive lines struggled, man. We never had an Outland trophy winner. We never had All-American linemen. You know, we we just didn't have. I always wondered about that. We had all these skill players that were like great, went to the NFL, but we never had the guys in the defensive line, offensive line. Well, we had what's his name? A couple of defensive guys, nose guys that went to and played, but it was long and frustrating.
Yeah.
Because we were we were very competitive, but we were not competitive at the highest level.
Yeah. I mean, Fish, you remember me and you would go to games. I can't remember this, but the days of we talked about David Pollock, but we didn't talk about that defensive line as something that was as a whole that team should be intimidated by. I mean, Champ Bailey was a name that stood out. I mean, the Fred Gibsons, I just feel like we had these splash in the pans that were always had so much potential, and and it just they never got to where I think they could have gotten to, right? And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of great games that I remember the Auburn games where David Green throws in the back of end zone to Michael Johnson. I mean, there's a lot of that, but I think Indiana fans don't realize, and they think that they're just because we played in the SEC. I mean, there were years where one of the best teams I thought we had back in the day with Matthew Stafford, Sean Moreno, and all them. I mean, I was cheering them on in the Sugar Bowl playing Hawaii, right? Was that Sugar Bowl? For nothing, right? We weren't getting anything out of that. And the Hula Bowl, I mean, dude, I'm cheering I'm in the back. I mean, we're cheering for that. And Indiana is not even on the map. I mean, I don't even know what bowls they played in. So I think they have this figment of their imagination that Georgia was just on the scene. Kirby came in, and the first year Kirby was here, who'd we lose to the first year? I'll give you one of the most embarrassing losses of Kirby's first year. Will Muschamp, South Carolina, right? That one hurt, man. That one hurt really bad. Was that first or second year?
That was his first year.
That was his first year, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Really quick though, this act is called and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of practice today. The Federal Protect College Football Act. So basically the nuts and bolts of it. Current revenue sharing cap at $21.3 million per school. Now this has been okay through the Big Ten, and SEC just needs to be voted on. New proposal: schools could add a $27.5 million retention pool. So total potential spending about $48.8 million per school on athletes. Of the new pool, $22.5 million could be used to retain players. $5 million would support. This is the wild part about this one. $5 million would support women's and other non-revenue sports. I'm sure other sports would love to read that part of the paragraph. But let me ask you guys this each. What do you guys think? What do you guys think drove this to becoming? I'll come to you, Rich Man, first. We talk. What do you think drove this to happening? Right? What made this come about? Am I losing you, Rich Man? You there? I don't hear you. Fish, can you hear me?
I don't think it's.
Oh, there he is.
I don't think it's good. College.
Right, row. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Rich Man. We lost Rich Man. I'll go to you, Fish. Let's pivot, man. So what do you think with this? Why do you think the main reason this is coming about? And I know my plug is I think Texas and a lot of these big, heavy, donor style teams are they're going, how out of control can this get unless we do something, right? Because it's 40 and 50 million this year, but it could be 70 and 80 million next year. Do you agree?
That's right. Yeah. No, I agree 100%. That's why they're, putting the cap on it. Well, the cap, whatever you want to call it. Because I mean, it has potential to go nuts and go out of control. Like in the NFL, you see it. Deshaun Watson's contract set records, highest paid quarterback in the NFL, $240 million over however many years, and
right,
every year one quarterback has a great year, and then they have to make him the highest paid. And then this
Right.
guy wants to be the highest paid. The next year, this guy wants to be the highest paid. I mean, it could like go nuts. It could get way out of control. And, you don't want to see that happen in college, I guess. I mean, they're still going to be millionaires, and they're still going to get
Right.
paid and they're still going to make more money than I ever will,
Right.
and that's great. More power to them because I enjoy the heck out of college football. And
Right.
college football wouldn't exist without those athletes. So they deserve
Right.
what they get. They deserve their money. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's why you got to put a regulation on it. I mean, it's not to take anything away from anybody. It's just to kind of maintain the sport, which is very important because if the sport gets out of control and it gets out of hand and nobody can afford to pay all these exuberant, I'm sorry, like salaries and everything, then it's just going to go away. And
Right.
then we're all
Right.
going to be sad because the game
Right.
we love, the game we grew up with, loving, and it was such a huge part of my life. I know it was a huge part of yours as well. It's just not going to be the same. It's going to be gone.
Right.
So, I mean, we got to protect it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. I was happy to see that uh, dates. That with this so, in the day, it's